Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. And the what ifs hit again. And I'll try to explain. Y'all know I like using stencils in my journals. And I love using doilies and with the ink and the paddle brush. Then what kind of sparked it was a very dear, sweet friend of mine, Deanna, sent me some die cuts, and these are some of them. I still got to go through and poke the little stuffs out, but I don't mind that. Well, she sent me these two, but then look what else she sent. Out of acetate. Now, she does this on her Cricut. But I thought, this is going to make a wonderful stencil. Well, then I started thinking, if she can do this on the Cricut, why can't I do it on my Big Shot? So I went through and I was looking at the dies I have to figure out which ones, would be suitable. And yes, these are all my dies, all the ones I have. And I noticed I've got some in here that have no edges. So that, like this one here with the bow, I'm not sure if you can even see it. But when you run that through your die cutter, you're going to get the bow. You run this through with no edges, you're just going to get the design on the paper. You can put it anywhere. Well, I have that one, and some of you remember these two, my half circle ones. And then I started looking, and I've got a corner here. I've got this one down here. And it's just, then I came across that one. Because these have the pieces that fit around the edges that will cut it out as a whole. And if you've seen my videos, you've seen me when we were doing the die cutting. Well, so I figured I'm going to give it a try. So after getting my Nikki to get down my Big Shot, which, sits on top of the shelf, I have this. And now it's medium weight, right on transparency film. And I probably should try it with the heavyweight. Oh, you see all the pieces that came off of the dies? They went everywhere. It's going to be worse than glitter. But I use these. And when you pull them out, they pull out with some of these really thin papers behind them. I mean, super, super thin. So, let me move this out of the way. So, pretend this is acetate here on top of the paper. I figured, well, I'll make a sandwich with it. Do it the same way I did my dies. And then I started thinking, well, since the acetate is so thin, I might need to double. Now this is to fit the whole page. So I put down my foam. I put down cardstock. I put another piece of cardstock. And then I put my acetate on top, made my sandwich, ran it through. Didn't do too bad. But as you can see, even on the paper, it didn't cut all the way through. So if it's not going to cut through, it didn't work. So that was a failure. Then I was looking at it And it's in the center, mainly, where it didn't cut. Okay. Next try. Move these out of the way. I cut them up in pieces. I took my cardstock. I put my foam down, put my cardstock down, put my other piece of cardstock down, and then put my let's see, which one did I use? This one. I put my transparency on top, put my die on, made the sandwich with the boards, ran it through. Only with it only being one, I could do it multiple times. That was the key. Doing one at a time and running it back and forth. And what I got out of it was, on the transparency, I've got what I can use now as a stencil. I have the white cardstock I can use as a stencil. And these are pretty much now trash. I mean, that got squished so many times. It's pathetic. So I did that one. Then I did, where's the piece to this one? That's not it. Here we go. And yes, they are very staticky. So now I have this one. You see if it helps with my mouse pad under it. I have that one. And by doing it on here, I've got room that I can hold it and put it, position it anywhere. So now I've got this one. And then I've got it in cardstock. Now, one thing with this, some dies, they cut, but it's like the paper doesn't want to give away. So you're trying to pull that out. Now, you can poke it if you want, but what I found out is if you come along, let's see if I can get it up. There is a line right around where it's cut. It just didn't go quite all the way through. So all you want to do is to take your pokey tool and pull it away from, now I use a mouse pad here. And all I do is pull. Get it right up around the edge and just pull back. And there it comes. And there that piece is out. So now I've got this. So here's another like cardstock that I can use as a stencil. Then I did, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Here it is. I've got this one here on the cardstock, and is that it? No, that's not right. Here it is in the stencil. I know they're hard to see, but there. This one wasn't too bad poking out. It didn't want to really come loose down there, but if you've got areas that you actually need to snip, like in there, when you're stenciling, nobody's going to know but you. So there's another stencil in acetate. Put that one over there with the others. And here it is in cardstock. Now this one went through. This is pretty good though. It did go through twice. So now now all I gotta do is sit here and poke all these little pieces out. Maybe. But nope, it didn't go all the way through up here. Because see, there's nothing back here on the back that shows that it's been cut. So that one can go in there. One thing I did find, some of these, if you don't go back and forth several times, what you're going to do is you're going to end up with something that looks really good, but the pieces are not going to want to come out. They're not going to want to pop out. So go back and forth a few times, and then, I mean, it's, yeah. And then if I force it, it's going to rip, because I tried that with one of the other ones. So go back over a couple of times. Then the other one I did, let's see, where is it? Is this one here with the roses. That is gorgeous. And I can use that in a corner. I can use that anywhere on a page. And because I did it on cardstock, you know, I can trim it whichever. And this is my stencil. Now I do want to try this with a heavyweight. You see they are so staticky. It's ridiculous. So as a result, I got 4 acetate stencils. I've got 4 cardstock stencils. So go through your stencils. See if you have any that don't have any edges. They're perfect for making your own stencils. Now, when I first did it, and I showed you that really thin piece of paper that's between the things, this is how this one came out. Now, this one did not, you know, it still hasn't, a lot of it hasn't poked out yet. But if it comes out, it comes out. If not, I've still got, you know, things that I can use in the back, you know, just to glue down. You know, on, over pages, over whatever. Because it's almost like tissue paper. So that's going to be good. And I can cut them out. And I don't have to stick to just part of it. Say if I only want this part, I can trim that out. What if I only want a flower? Because you see how, I mean, it tore there. But I can actually use, and this would be great for collaging too. So there's another bonus I got from it. Although I could not use the bigger ones. And then I said, use for the pieces that go under your acetate. All I use was pieces of cardstock and foam, because you're gonna need the foam under the cardstock when you put your die down. Because now I tried it with the foam on top of the die, the way Brenda told us to do it, and it didn't work, because the acetate is stronger than paper, so the die is going to have a harder time. You need to put it under your foam sheet, and then it did take 2 pieces of, now this is 110 pound cardstock, then the die, or then the acetate, and then the die. Because what this will do, when you run it through, this foam will actually push that acetate up into the die. And that's what will cut your acetate. So, just something I thought I would share with you guys. Another way that we can make things to, you know, one, use what we have, and 2, make things that we can use. We don't always have to buy things. So, I thought these turned out pretty good. So now the test. Let's see how they really did turn out. Alright, so this I know is tissue. And I want to bring the one down that Deanna did for me, because this is a heavier weight. And somewhere, I know I have, alright, let's just, well, I thought I had regular paper, but I think all I've got is cardstock. we'll try this one here because that's the first one I pulled. And pull out my walnut stain. So this one's thinner. This is the one Deanna made for me. Like I said, she used her Cricut. I don't have a Cricut. I mean, I can see exactly where I'm putting it. If I wanted to put, you know, layer it, I mean, I can come right here and I can see through it. So I know exactly where I'm putting it. Now let's try this one. Because I'm thinking it's maybe a little difficult because it is so thin. Nope. It is really easy to work with. Just gonna put my finger there to hold it down. And look at that. Look at that. That makes me want to try the other ones. All right, where's the rest of them? All right, here is our half circle. I'm just gonna butt it right up to there. I mean, it doesn't, well, it slips a little if you're coming back the other way. But look at that. I did that one. Where's the other ones? Here's this one. Where's the flower? There it is. Let's do this one up here. Yeah, you do have to hold on to them a little bit. Well, that moved on me. Oh well, I'm just going with it. There goes that one, and then the big one. This is going to be so awesome because I've loved this die. It makes a beautiful die cut. Now, something else you can do with these acetate ones, you can bring out your modeling paste. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So you can bring out your modeling paste because these are thin. I don't want to do it to these right now because they do have ink all over them. I don't want to get ink in my modeling paste. But yeah. We can use them with our inks. We can... possibilities are all there. The only thing that's holding you back is your imagination and what you can do with it. This one here I'm a little concerned with though, because in the junction of, let me move this over some so you can see where the stems are, it is open. So you actually have to hold it down. I don't know how it's going to do with the modeling paste, but we'll try it next time because I do want to just use the modeling paste in our altered book. So, not too shabby. We did pretty good. So now we have these that we can use ink and modeling paste on. We've got the paper ones that we can use just ink on. I really would not use these for modeling paste. But there's more stencils to add to our collection. So drag out the stencils that you have, the ones these are the ones I picked. They don't have any outlines. If you have any in your stash, try making some. They were super easy. Just remember your layering. And you too will have a lot of new, really fabulous stencils. If you like what I've shared with you today, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time here at the Dragon's Den. Bye, guys.